Hello, my name is David Webb, and this is a video for Dweebovision. I am a Scrabble grandmaster, and in this video I am going to play Scrabble while providing in-game commentary on my moves. Hopefully this will help to improve your game, and be fun to watch. The game has just started, so let's join the action. It's me to go first. I've got the J, which is a good scoring tile, but overall the rack is not very bingo-y. So I'm looking to play the J and score well. And I'm considering playing either GJU in the middle, keeping EFOL, or playing Jewel, keeping FG. Let me see what Jewel scores. Jewel 40. I think I'll go with the points. Well, still not bingo-y, but not particularly surprising given my rack leave. But I have good scoring tiles in the F and the P and the C. So if I played Fact, I'd be keeping AGT, which would be a reasonable rack leave from this starting position. Jewel takes a D and an S for future reference. Can't see anywhere great for Fact at the moment. I'm wondering if I have anything down from the J. Can't see anything which reaches the double word square. Fact does play above and below the final E of Jewel, but it doesn't score very much. Right. This does offer somewhere to play my F. I can play Fat at J2 across, making Czar and Jot. Do I have anything which goes underneath Oo as well? Well, my F, P and T all go under Oo, so I want to put an A here. Now my G or my T can go underneath Joe. So I could play Fag. Rack leave's not too bad. 37 points is a good score. And this looks much better. Through an S I would have open cast or capstone. Through an A I would have caponate. But is there a 7 here? This looks pretty bingo-y. Patence. I have patence. That plays above the E of Jewel. I hope that stays available. I don't think it plays anywhere else. Now the only floaters I have to consider are the U, L and E of Jewel. The E looks promising, but I haven't seen anything through that yet. Can't see anything through the U. What about the L? No, can't see anything there. Although both the L and the E look like they go quite well with this rack. So I hope I can play patence somewhere after my opponent has played. Patence does not take any hooks. I have a 44-point lead. Great. Patence can be played, and this is really going to open the board up a lot. Which is quite good, since patence will be giving me a good lead, and an open board will give me the opportunity of extending or maintaining it. Not a great pickup. I threw a D, I would have your idyllic. Just checking I have that. Yep, your idyllic. URIDYLIC. No D's played so far. This is not a bingo-y set of tiles. Nice score by my opponent, 36 points. I do have the LY and the ILY ending, and the IC ending. So I am quickly looking at the floaters in patons to see if I have anything. Can't see anything with the T or the O. Or the N, although I'm close to culinary. Now, my Y can go above EX to make YEX. So I could play YU. Let me see what this scores. The rack lever is bad in that it's keeping duplicate I. 34 points, that's a good score with this rack. So the duplicate I is bad, but I'm keeping the right ratio of vowels to consonants. And the C, L, and R, well, the C and the L have some synergy, as do the C and the R. And the I goes well with the C, so this isn't a terrible rack leave. Can I do better? I'm looking in column 1 to see if I can play down from the N of neg. Well, I could play nearly 30 points. And that would keep ICU. Well, I prefer this rack leave. And this scores 4 more points. Do I have a double-double in column 11? Well, nothing is springing to mind. I think I will go with this. Good, I don't draw any more I's, but this is not particularly bingo-y. But I should be able to split up the duplicate I's and score. I've got 2 scoring tiles in the B and the C. I'm looking to play one of them, one or both of them. I'm looking in column 11 to see if I've got a double-double through the O of patons. 27 points for my opponent. There may be an 8-letter bingo with these tiles. I do have the IC ending. I don't think trilobic is good. But do I have a double-double using just 6 of my tiles? Not that I can see. So, where can my B and my C, or my C, score? I've got a 62-point lead. Well, this looks like it should be fairly easy to sort out or to score something, but I'm struggling. Do I have anything in column 15 down onto the U of U? Not that I can see. My C can go on the end of PE in column 8. But I can only score about 14 points there. Well, what about column 11? Just getting a single double, not a double-double. So I could play orbit. 14 points. Dismal. What about column 12 through the N of potence? I've got just under 13 minutes left, but there's a lot of tiles unplayed. I could play Clint, keeping rib. This doesn't feel great, but I'm denying my opponent the double-double lane. I'm not providing him with much, and this is sorting the rack out, but 16 points is poor. I think there was probably a better move than that available. Pretty good. Onto an E, I would have airborne. No E's available. There could well be other 8s here. I don't think there are any 7s. Wow, good bingo by my opponent. He comes right back into it. He's only 2 points behind now. I provided him with just the floater he needed. I've got a abort in column 8, which would sort my rack out. 24 points. But maybe I can do better than that. I'm looking in row F. My B can go underneath the O of obtusely. And I can play bow or bower. But I certainly want to play off one of my R's. So maybe that's not such a great place. So bort or abort. INR, quite a good leave. I think I'll play abort because the A goes well with my rack leave. Now through a D I would have Winards. Can't see a 7. Can't see anything through the floaters in abort. My lead is just 26 points. W, not a particularly bingo-y tile, so that's the tile I'll be looking to play off. Now, both blanks are still out there, so my opponent could have back-to-back bingos. I do have an S, which is good, and there are 2 other S's unseen. Now my W can go underneath the O of obtusely, so I could play... Wow, pretty good. I think this is good, but I'm going to challenge it. Yes, that's fine, and there goes one of the blanks. My opponent now has a 40-point lead. He hasn't provided any floaters. The K doesn't take anything in front. So what I'm thinking about doing is playing Nor. Rack leave of INRS is good, but there are not many floaters on this board. But I think this is the best spot for my W. Pretty good. There could well be a bingo here. Certainly bingo-y tiles, but 2 sets of duplicates doesn't help. Yep, my opponent's in a good scoring run. He's now got a 60-point lead. So, do I have a 7? Don't think so. Do I have an 8? And there's the floating A, T, and H of Neath. Can't see anything with the A or the T. There's the H. Nothing there. T of pitons, L of jewel. Okay. Now I ought to be able to leave myself with a really good rack leave. And I can do that by playing off just the I and the E. But what is going to happen is that I'm not going to score very much by playing them. But I think a rack leave of EINRS is really strong. And there are floaters on this board. What I don't want to do is obstruct any of those floaters. So where do I play I and E? I've got just under 9 minutes left. Well, I can play Nais in column 10 for 4 points. Can I do any better than that? Well, if I can, it's not going to be much better. And this is the advantage that it's not really taking out any floaters. I hope I haven't missed a bingo with this rack. Let me just have a think about the other possibilities on this board, in particular the pairs of letters. Well, there's the M of maybe available as a floater. Can't see anything there. There's also the A of maybe. No. There's the PE in column 8. So I've got Perry. No. And there's the disconnected S and T in column 10. No. Through a T I would have erinites or niteries, and the T's of neath and petons are not in the right position for that. So I am going to play Nais. There are quite a lot of floaters on this board, so there's a good prospect of bingoing. Okay, I have striven and zags in row L. Do I have... Great, not blocked. I have inverts as well. Can't see anywhere for that to play, although I note that row I is a 7-letter bingo lane, beginning underneath the L of jewel with the right letters. 27 points for my opponent, that's good. I am short on time. So I think this is the best spot. And I think it's better to play this bingo than look for a better one given the shortage of time. I think this is going to score reasonably well. Striven 86 points, that's good. And that's not a great pickup at all, only one vowel, and there's plenty of vowels in the bag, so I could have expected to have drawn more. Anyway, this is what it is. Do I have anything to go in front of Ashi? Well, no, I don't. I'm hesitating about the D, but I don't think so. I certainly don't have a 7 here, or an 8. But my single vowel should be, oh, well, Dashi I think is good, but I'm going to challenge. Yep. So now I am 32 points behind. There are 12 tiles in the bag. So what do I do? Quite nice tiles are left. I'm going to have to play off my A, I think. So I could play through the E of striven. Now, of scoring tiles, there's only an F and a Q left. So what I'm thinking of doing is playing grad across here. That's 19 points, not fabulous. But the Rackley's pretty good. There's a very good chance I'll draw an E, an I, or both of those, and that will go quite well with these consonants. Am I missing a better spot? Don't think so. Now, what if I played these tiles through the E of striven? I might be able to score a little bit more. No, I think I will stick with this. If my opponent plays through the E, he will be providing floaters, which could help me. Fantastic. Look at that. That is a splendid rack. Surely I have bingos here. I have parters in row K. Do I have anything through the M of Maybe? I'm 13 points behind at the moment. There are 8 tiles in the bag. So I'm looking for a second bingo. I've got just over 4 minutes left. Can't see anything beginning with the M of Maybe, of Maybe. Although I'm close to Malapert. What about the I of Zai in column 15? Can't see anything there. What about the H of Neath? Can't see anything there. So at the moment, the only bingo lane that I can use is row K, parters, or partia. Although I've probably got something in row M, beginning RE. My spot has been taken. Do I have something in row M, beginning underneath the E of striven or EN? Trapper, parter don't play. EN does take an E, so there must be something here. So I've got RE. Just under 4 minutes left. What have I got? I'm going to put this back on my rack because it's easier for me to think. I'm looking for a 7, so I'm going to run through the alphabet. Nothing so far. Taperer and Piata. Neither goes. Threeper through an E. Partia. Poultry through an I. Anything here? Can't see it. Trapper. Well, that doesn't go. Praters, parters. I'm really short on time now. Uprater. Or parture, rapture. Partia. Okay, I can't see anything. What about something beginning with the I of Zai? No, not that I can see. What about beginning with the T of Neath? Or the H? Okay, now there's 3 tiles left. Let me play off 2, and hopefully I can bingo. So if I'm about 50 points behind. So if I play off a P and an R, or just an R actually. What if I play R here for 8 points? Okay, I've got repeats in row M. I've got heart P in row O. Those could both be blocked by my opponent playing down from the E of striven. Malapert I don't have. Do I have anything beginning with the M of maybe? I've got the meta prefix. I've got just under 1.5 minutes left. My opponent's got 12 minutes left. This is a good rack. I am 40 points behind. So I'm really looking for a second bingo because the two I've spotted could both be blocked by the same move. Just can't see anything beginning with the I. So what about the M? I've got meta. Meta. P-E-R. I'm not seeing anything. Well, my opponent's got a lot of time and he may use that. So let me run through the alphabet and I'm thinking about the M. Not seen anything yet. Mega. Close to metaphor. I've got make as the first part of a word. Well, nothing is looking likely here. Epurate as a 7, that's another alternative for row M. Well, that exhausts bingos beginning with the M of maybe. Am I overlooking any bingo lanes? Well, what about row I with the blank as an S? So retapes, repeats, can't see anything else, neither of those goes. Fantastic. My opponent empties the bag and heart P remains playable. Superb. This is going to be enough to win. Heart P and Earth P, I think. So, heart P 89. Just wait for my opponent to either challenge or formally end the game. Or both. Great, he does challenge and heart P is good. So, the final score, 398 to my opponent, 457 to me, a winning margin of 59 points. Really exciting game, very close in the end. I needed a bingo to win. I had a very bingo rack. I couldn't find a bingo. I played off one tile and then did have a bingo, or bingos, but they were both potentially blockable. My opponent didn't block and I went on to win. But really exciting. Let's see what I missed. So it was me to go first, and Jewel for 40 or Jew for 22. That was the choice I was looking at, and I think the extra points justified the play. Not a great rack. I played Fag for 37. This is where I saw Patons and nothing else. And there were alternatives. There was Cone Pattle, which is a fabulous word. Cone Pate. And Cone Pate was playable onto the E of Jewel, so that was a miss. Yeah, Cone Pate 89, Paton 69, so that was a 20-point sacrifice. That demonstrates how expensive suboptimal bingos can be. U for 34, that was my play. Nothing looks obviously better. Now, did my opponent have a bingo here? I think he does through the N. No, he doesn't. Okay. Ah, Albitic for 28, that would have been nice. I really struggled with this rack. And what did I play? I played Clint for 16, I think. Well, Albitic certainly was better. Nice bingo for my opponent. Let me see if he had any others. He did not, so L was just the tile he needed. In Orb. That would have been nice. I'd have 2 in Orb and Ob. Instead, I did Abort for 24, keeping RIN. Actually, very little difference between those moves. That looks promising. Did my opponent have a bingo? He did. Unknowns. Oh, well, this is where he did bingo with Snowbank. Fabulous word, but he could have played Unknowns for more. No bingo here for me, nor was my play. Now, this is very bingo-y tiles, but the duplicates meant I couldn't see a bingo, and there was not one. So what did I do? I played off I and E in order to keep the best possible rack cleave of EINRS, since I was a bingo behind. But I could have got 31 points at J2, playing Theory, taking out 3 floaters, and having a poorer rack cleave. But there were bingo lanes on the board, beginning with the M and A of Maybe, and the I of Zai, and pluralizing Zag. So it's possible that Theory for 31 was better than Nyes. I would need to analyse that to check. And this is where I had Striven, and wow, Inviters was available in column 8. Column 15, I didn't see that. It would have scored the same as Striven. And Unrivets was also available. Where was Unrivets playable? Ah, yeah. Putting an N on the end of Zoo, that would have been good. Right, this was my opponent's rack. And he played Dom. Now, this was not a great rack. I was behind, and this is very unbingo-y. And look at the choices, they're all scoring in the low 20s or the teens. And I think my play was similar. This is where my opponent blocked the only bingo I could see, and I'm sure there were playable bingos. Let's see what I missed. Ooh. Okay, not very many. I missed Imparter for 80 points in column 15. That would have been a good bingo. And I also missed Re-Wrapped. Difficult to see, but it was there and it was playable. I missed both of them. And this is where I played off just one tile to keep a really bingo-y 6-letter set. Now let's see what's recommended for my opponent. File L12. Okay. Well, the recommendations here are not taking into account that I might bingo. So my opponent played Phi. What did I have? Heart P was my play at 01. I also had plays in row M, but my concern was that both rows O and M plays might be blocked by a play down from the E of striven. And those were the only spots available for bingo, so it's possible that my opponent could have blocked them. However, if he had played down from the E of striven, he would have provided 2 more floaters, and I'm optimistic that I would have been able to bingo through one of them, because this is a pretty bingo-y set of tiles. Anyway, my opponent didn't block, and I was able to play Heart P, and I ran out a victor by about 60 points. So a really good game. There was missed bingos in it, but there often are, or always are, suboptimal plays, some of which will be missed bingos. And one of the nice things about Scrabble is that playing suboptimally doesn't always cost you the game. And when I win a game and I've made errors, I feel that I have learnt my lessons without having to pay for them. Whereas if you make mistakes and lose a game, you feel you've paid for your learning experience. Of course, you do really lose by playing suboptimally because you might have a lower spread, but your wins and losses always feel more important than your spread. So a win, no matter how badly you've played, always feels good. And this was a win, so I enjoyed playing that, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. My name is David Webb, and this has been a video for Dweebovision.